true. What they say, laughter really and truly is the best medicine. And gelotology is the study of the science of laughter and its positive effects on the human body. By the time a child reaches grade 1, they're laughing on average 300 times a day. One of the reasons that we fail to see the bright side of life sometimes is not because it isn't there, because there are things that surround us every day that can make us laugh. The problem is that life today looks a bit like this. It is moving at an incredible pace, and it's full of twists and turns, ups and downs, and days when you feel like you're spiralling out of control. Lady in the fourth row is already getting sick just from looking at that. So it's little wonder then that everything becomes a bit of a blur. And when that happens, we start to miss out on those signs that are right under our noses that would otherwise lead us on the path to having a good old laugh. Stress. But the losing control of your life is a feeling that you get when the pressure that's built up in your life is greater than the resource you have at your disposal. And the top 10 things that the University of Adelaide came up with when they did a 5-year study of stress were these. Number 10, retirement. Number 9, reconciliation with spouse. 8, being fired from work. Now the question is, and as I said earlier, it doesn't matter how old you are, you can feel the effects of stress. How stressed are you? Tell you what I want you to do. We delivered you with a piece of paper in front of you there and a pen. I want everybody to grab a piece of paper and a pen. And question 17. Do you frequently fail to build relaxation into your day? Do you have that 5 minutes, which is just you time? And you should be left with a number between 1 and 20. If you're 1, you're laughing. If you're 20, see me later. And in particular, in one area of the brain, right in the middle of our head, see that little area just there? It's called the hypothalamus. And the hypothalamus is absolutely amazing. It's about the size of a pea, and they call it the heart of the brain. And what it does from the moment we're born to the moment that we die, it beats the same as our heartbeat. And the incredible thing is, in that hypothalamus are all these chemicals and peptides.
That's what they eat when they've eaten too much food. That gets rid of the guilt so they can eat more food. Food, 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 food!
The fact of the matter is, we are all eating just a little bit too much food. And let me say, the cracks are beginning to show. As they said, everything in moderation. And there is nothing better than having 1 drink a day. What you've just got to be careful of as George said, is your definition of moderation. The other great thing we can do at any age, of course, is to take up a sport. It doesn't matter what we do. If you gave up smoking, if you smoke today and you gave up smoking at 60, you will live 3 extra years. Now, that may not sound a lot unless it's your last 3. Even from a financial point of view, and all of us think about superannuation, our future, how we're going to live and support ourselves at 85 and 90, if you smoke 1 packet of cigarettes a day for the next 20 years without taking CPI into account, it will cost you $73,000. And that's even without CPI. Now listen, I've got to say it's not entirely our fault, particularly in this age group. Because, 40 years ago, when we were sitting down to watch television in that early black and white era, before we sat down to watch the Flintstones, we saw ads like this.
They sure work hard, don't they, Barney?
Yeah? I hate to see them work so hard.
Yeah, me too. Let's go around back where we can't see them.
Gee, we ought to do something, Fred.
Okay. How's about taking a nap?
Hey, I got a better idea. Let's take a Winston break.
That's it. Winston is the one filter cigarette that delivers flavor 20 times a
My
pack.
advice to you folks is if you want to get addicted to something, get addicted to endorphins. Endorphins are the body's natural morphine, and they make us feel fantastic. You can get endorphins in all sorts of ways flowing through your system, including meditation, deep breathing, eating spicy food, acupuncture, and chiropractic adjustments. But the easiest way to get it is simply by smiling. Smile for me. Now, don't just smile, but try to touch the corners of your ears there. Really smile. Give me a deep... Now, see, even if you're miserable right now, your brain thinks you're happy. And so it starts releasing endorphins. And all you've got to do is to try and hunt out those optimists. Forget the pessimists. Try to get them out of your life because they only want to bring you down. And you know what an optimist is, of course. The optimist is that one who, every time you see him, it's like, hi, how you doing? How you feeling? Not good? Doesn't matter. You'll feel better. I know you will, because that's what life's about, feeling good. And you're thinking, oh, God, you exhaust me. But you wish it was you. You think, God, I wish I could just have a little bit of that. Whereas that negative person, well, we all know what they're like, don't we? They walk into your room and it's like, oh, God. I can't begin to tell you how bad I feel. I'm going to give it a whirl, though, because I want you to feel as bad as me. However, the one thing that everybody tells us is that life is not a spectator sport. You cannot expect to get the most out of life unless you are in there participating in life. Do not hide yourself away. Admittedly, with participation, there does come a certain amount of risk. I said, was there ever a time when you felt that you weren't going to reach the summit? And you know what he said to me? He said, Doc, to tell you the truth, he said, I never looked at the summit. Not once. He said, because if I looked at the summit, then doubt would have crept into my mind as to whether I could have actually made it. Instead, he said, I just put one foot in front of the other because I knew I'd been trained to do that. And I knew that if I just kept putting one foot in front of the other, eventually I'd reach where I was going. And it's the same with all of us. We've just got to put one foot in front of the other and as much as humanly possible, try to put those things in place that are going to make us feel. And as I say, enjoy the ride. And as we get older, folks, as we get older, what we really have to do is think back to what we tried to teach our kids when we were new parents for the first time and implement them in our daily life today. How much better would it be if we did just that? Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for the invitation to be here. Thank you all.